Dash Rendar is one of the favorite Legends characters in Star Wars. Created for the Shadows of the Empire multimedia project, he actually has some connections with the new canon. So, is it possible we could ever see his return in the future? In this video, we'll be exploring his Legends history and seeing how he might fit into the canon if he were to be brought back. And to help me out, I asked my friend Dashstar, who named himself after Rendar, to cover his Legends story.
Thanks, Alex. Absolutely, I did name myself after Dash Rendar. He was my first Star Wars toy that I bought for myself, so I have a deep connection with him. And I actually was playing Jedi Academy. I accidentally stepped into a role-playing server, and everybody had Star Wars names, and they said, "What's your name?" And I stopped, and I said Dash, and it's stuck ever since. But for the uninitiated, Dash Rendar was a Corellian who joined the Imperial Naval Academy and had a bright future as an Imperial officer ahead of him. But Prince Caesar of the Black Sun criminal syndicate sabotaged one of his family's ships, causing it to crash into the Imperial Museum. Furious, Emperor Palpatine bankrupted the Rendar family and kicked Dash out of the academy. From that point on, he held a grudge against both the Black Sun and the Empire. Dash began working as a freelance spacer, taking on dangerous missions that paid more credits. Flying his YT-2400, the Outrider, he quickly made a name for himself as a talented hotshot pilot, and his skills as a mercenary gained the attention of the Rebel Alliance, who hired him to smuggle supplies to their secret base on Hoth. When the Empire attacked, Dash joined in the battle, piloting a snowspeeder before making his way to the Outrider and escaping himself. Shortly after, he was again hired by the Rebellion to find and rescue a carbonite-encased Han Solo from Boba Fett. The mission failed, and Dash went on to join a task force to steal information about the second Death Star. Several Bothans were killed in the attempt, and Rendar blamed himself. Racked with guilt, he joined in a rescue mission to save Princess Leia from the Black Sun, which resulted in the death of Prince Caesar. During the battle, Dash was seemingly killed when the Outrider was struck by debris. In reality, Dash used the chaos of the battle as an opportunity to fake his own death, avoiding retribution from both the Empire and the Black Sun. He remained in hiding, although rumors of his assistance to the Rebellion and New Republic continued through the Yuuzhan Vong War. In Legends, Dash was definitely a favorite of mine and a mainstay, and the best thing about him coming to canon potentially is obviously his orange mullet might get an upgrade and his look as well. And that's why I'm excited for Alex to delve into how he may appear in the future in canon.
Thanks, Dash. Now that we have his old history covered, let's talk about the possibility of the character returning to canon. The bulk of his story in Legends takes place between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, which is actually one of the lesser explored areas of canon right now. However, there is one story called Moving Target that follows Princess Leia shortly before the Battle of Endor. There's an appearance by Luke, and they both discuss Han's capture and how they haven't been able to save him yet. There is no mention of Dash, or Prince Caesar, or any of the other characters or events they would have encountered or experienced in Shadows of the Empire. I think it's likely that Moving Target removes the possibility of the Shadows of the Empire story from returning to canon, which is regrettable considering how involved Lucasfilm was in that story's development. However, as we've seen with Thrawn, just because a source story is removed from canon, that doesn't mean a character can't return. Thrawn's history and placement in the Star Wars universe is very different from his Legends appearance. The same could happen with Dash. And even now, he does have some admittedly flimsy canon connections. In the special edition of A New Hope, a YT-2400 can be seen flying above Mos Eisley. In Legends, that was the Outrider, but in canon, it could be any YT-2400, like the one seen in the Star Wars Rebels episode Iron Squadron. It's not an uncommon ship throughout the galaxy. But what I find more interesting is that after the announcement that old Star Wars stories would become legends, the interior of the Outrider was showcased at multiple Star Wars celebrations. Again, this doesn't necessarily mean anything. I won't say the ship is canon until it specifically appears in a new Star Wars book, comic, game, TV show, or film. But I find it telling that they would have this set and specifically name it the Outrider after the shift to the new canon. Other elements of Shadows of the Empire are also in play. For example, Black Sun, the criminal organization led by Prince Xizor introduced by the story, still exists in canon. It made multiple appearances in Clone Wars, where it was seen to be run by the Falleen, the same species as Xizor. Again, it's kind of a flimsy connection, but it's there. I would say that the return of Dash Rendar is not only possible, but likely. I fully admit we don't have a lot of concrete evidence, but lots of little things add up to a strong argument in my opinion. But I do think if he were to show up again, it would be in a very different way. It would be like Thrawn's reintroduction. His personality and core character traits would be retained, but his history and his placement in the timeline would probably be altered. Personally, I think he would be a good fit for the Dr. Aphra comic. I think the two characters would get along, and he could pop up as an occasional partner in crime with no true allegiance to the Empire or the Rebellion. What do you guys think? Do you want to see Dash Rendar return? And if so, do you have any ideas on where he might fit or what he might do? Let me know in the comments. And let me say a huge thank you to Dash Star for helping me out with this video. If you want another great Star Wars channel to follow, check him out by clicking on the links in the end card or description. If you haven't already, please like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. As always, thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.